Hi guys, so for today's video I decided to do a look that I posted on my Instagram. I think it was yesterday. I did do this yesterday, right? Yes, I posted this look yesterday. It's exactly the same. The base, the foundation is a different foundation, but other than that the rest of the products are exactly the same. And I did post if you guys wanted to see this, well, at least my Instagram friends. So some people said yes, so I decided to film it today. And I really like how this look came out. This is dramatic for me. This is glam. I don't wear this much makeup kind of ever, but I was playing with makeup yesterday, and this is what I did, and I really like it for like a glam look. So if you guys want to see how I got this look and the products that I used, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is this cleanser. Actually, it's a mask. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Bubble Mask, and I actually been using this for like 3 days. It's not a long time to know how it works, but I do love how it makes my skin feel. It makes it feel so clean, but not dry, which is what I really like. And you just apply it, and then like it starts to form like bubbles, like 5 to 10 minutes, and then you just you know, rub it around your skin, and then you just wash it with warm water. And I love it. Picked it up, and I'm actually really loving this. And yeah, I think you guys should try it if you guys are looking for a good cleanser. But that is drugstore. This is 14 bucks. I don't think it's that expensive. So yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna start my face by moisturizing. I already cleansed my face. So this is the e.l.f. Illuminating Moisturizer. This, honestly, I feel like it's so comparable to the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. This is obviously a primer with skin benefits, but this is just a moisturizer. But I feel like it has the same amount of like brightening and glowiness that it gives to your skin. So if you guys don't want to spend your money on the Ole Henriksen, try the e.l.f. one. This is only 8 bucks, and I think it's a really good alternative to that one. So it just looks like this, and I'm just going to moisturize my face with it. It gives you like a nice dewy look, which is what I love for my skin. You know what, my hair is going to be in my way. I can feel it already. Okay, so that's with the moisturizer on. Look how nice and glowy. Look, see how nice and glowy that is? I love it. So next I went in with this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is honestly a good dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which is really good. But this is like way cheaper, probably like 10 bucks or something like that. And I'm just going to apply that to where my pores are, which are right along my cheek right here. And then I like to take it into like the crevice. Sounds weird. I hate that word. Of my nose. And then a little bit on my forehead. And then I get this line right here. You see that? I don't like that line. And then I'm going to apply it right there, pushing it in. I like to push these kinds of primers into my skin. So going on into my eyes, I'm going to go into my eyebrows right now. And I've been using the Colourpop brow pencil. And this one is in soft black. And then I go in with the Essence Make Me Brow. This is a good good brow setter. It also has fibers. This is filling fibers, so I feel like it gives you more a look like a fuller eyebrow, which is what I need since I don't have thick full eyebrows. So I'm just going to brush them up. I like to prep my skin just so everything, like the primers and stuff, you know, melt into my skin. So I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows ever so slightly. I don't like a full bold brow. I'm not into that. I like them to look more natural, less put together. And like I've said it before, I don't like doing my eyebrows. Like, that's a thing that I just hate doing. So now I'm basically going to carve my eyebrows out just a little bit so they can look more done, more put together. And I'm taking the KKW concealer. This is in the shade 5. If it will focus, I'm sorry, I'm hella shaky. And number 5, and I'm just going to run that along the bottom of the eyebrows to carve them out. So just like that. So see, now they look a little bit more high, more done. So now we're going to move on to eyeshadow, and I'm first going to start with this Fenty bronzer. Oh, it's dirty, sorry. This Fenty bronzer is what I'm going to use just to kind of warm up the crease. This is in Island Ting. So I'm just going to grab this crease brush. This is a fluffy crease brush from Japanesque. This is a 723. I'm just going to grab that. And actually, first I'm going to use my setting powder. This is my Airbrush. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish from Charlotte Tilbury. It's just my powder that I use. And I'm just going to grab a fluffy brush. And I'm just going to set my whole, just to kind of cancel some of the color on my lid. Not too much, but just a little bit like that. So now I will go in with the bronzer, and I'm just going to apply that to the crease and warm it up. Using a bronzer is a really good as a transition shade, crease shade, to start off your eye look is probably like the best, the bronzer that you're going to use at least, because it is going to make your whole look cohesive. So I feel like using your bronzer is going to be a good crease color, good crease transition. So just like that, just to warm it up. So the palette that I'm going to be using today is the Nubian by Juvia. It looks like this. It's really nice. And the colors are these right here. And these are very nice neutral shades. You can make a softer look or a more deep, sexy, sultry eye as well, which is what I looked at it and I was like, it's a good shade range. So I'm just going to go in with this shade first, and then I'll take this one. And I'm going to apply that first shade into the crease of my eye. I do like taking my eyeshadow into the inner socket. I personally think it makes my eyes look a little bit bigger. Just like that. And that was using the same brush. So now I'm going to go in with the Kylie brush. It just came in one of the kits that I had. And it's just a fluffy, smaller brush. And I'm actually going to take this one right here. This one right here. And then I'm going to put it on the crease just slightly. But more towards the outer in the crease, but not going all the way in. And that's that. And now going in to this darker shade right here, using the same brush, I'm going to deepen the outer part of my eye a little bit more. I'm going to pat it. I'm going to pack it on first because I want the most color there. And then I'll blend it. But this is a good way to just pack on the color, make sure it's not going, it's where you want it to be, and then you blend. Just like that. Doing the same thing on the other eye. Just like that. I'm going to take the other fluffy brush, no product, and I'm just going to blend everything together like that. Now what I did do for my eyes is I used the Dose of Colors. This is the Pretty Dust, the Eyedeel Duo. It's this right here, and this is the Pretty Dust. So it has your cream in there, has your cream, and then it has the powder in the bottom. So what I did was I took the cream, I used a flat brush, and then I'm just going to apply that to the inner part of the eye. And look how beautiful that is. Let me zoom you guys in on this part. And I like to bring it up a little bit right here. Like that. This is just going to make the colors pop more. I'm going to go into the palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm going to pack it on the lid, not into the inner corner. Using the same brush, and I'm just going to pack it on there. Look how nice and pigmented that is. That's beautiful. Now I'm going to go into the Duo, and I'm going to take some of that powder, because this is a powder, and I'm going to press it into the inner corner. Right in here. And bring it up. Look how beautiful that is. I don't think the camera's honestly doing it justice. It is beautiful, sparkly, shimmery. Oh, I just put that all over my finger. So just like that. And then, so I'm going to go back into that fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend right here. Make sure the colors just blend nicely, and then I'm going to go back in with that other brush that I used for the outer corner, and I'm going to blend as well to merge those colors in with no extra product. And that is honestly it for the eyes. Now I'm going to move into the face. So since I'm going for a more full glam look, I'm going to go in with the Nars. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I haven't used this in a super duper long time. Like, it's just too heavy. It's just too full coverage. I don't like full coverage foundations. It's a good foundation. It's just not for me. I have the shade Fiji and the shade Stromboli. I'm actually going to mix them too. A little bit more of the Fiji. And I'm just going to mix those together and apply it all over my face. See, this is just too full coverage. And actually, I was supposed to mix. See, totally forgot. I'm gonna mix in with this the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is a hydrating primer. And I'm going to just apply it on top, honestly. And I'm just going to put it throughout the foundation that I just applied. I'm going to take a little bit more. I'm not too worried because I already put on the other primer, the pore filling primer, so it's not that bad. And I'm just going to push it onto my skin. And you guys will see that this is a full coverage. Like, I'm personally not into it. Like, I mean, it looks good, but I'm just like more on the natural, dewy, glowy, minimal foundation. But this is a really good one. And this is my favorite sponge right now at the moment. It is drugstore. This is the Equal Tools sponge. And I really like it because it has that sharp edge. It has that sharp edge right there. And it's good for baking if you bake, or for contouring your nose, which you'll see how I use it for my nose. This seems to be a pretty decent match. That's how the foundation looks. Now I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm going to use the KKW concealer in shade 5. And I'm going to go in right here. A little bit right here. Just like that. And I'm going to blend away with my sponge. I haven't set my eyebrows with the brow gel, so that's good because then they'll get powdery or something when I start putting powders. This just really brightens up the under eyes, and then you can kind of clean. See, this is why I like the sponge, because you can basically clean it, your eyes with it. Just like that. Just really brightens up that eye. And now I'm going to go in with my cream. My cream contour, I like to use the Fenty Matchstick. This one is in Mocha. And so I'm just going to apply it. I like to really get it into this part, the temples. And then contour right here. And then the brush that I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to use my sponge as well. And I'm going to use the other side, the smaller side, and I'm just going to blend, push it in and into my hairline. Like really into my hairline, so you don't see a line or anything. So it looks like I'm naturally, yeah, like this is my natural, right? But naturally shaded in, you know, naturally bronzed. As natural as makeup can be, right? Like, come on. Same on the cheeks, just pressing it in. You don't want to take it far too down. If you do, you could always clean it up with concealer or with powder, but try not to go too far down. Ooh, my thing's moving. Don't forget to blend on right here. There's times where I've forgotten about it. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't blend that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same stick. And then I'm going to use this side of the sponge, like right at the top. And I'm going to contour my nose a bit. This is why I like it, because I can get it right in there. And it's like the perfect width. It's not too fat, so it's like the line is not going to be too wide. Like that. And then I'm going to flip it to what I used for the foundation and concealer. I'm just going to go over it just a little bit so it all meshes together, so it's not too harsh. Now for bronzer, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty bronzer that I used for the crease, and I just picked up this brush and I'm like really loving it. This is the e.l.f. big ol' powder brush, look at that, but I use it for my bronzer and I loved it. So I'm just going to set that. So I'm personally not a fan of the harsh line right here. I mean, mine's not so harsh. Mine's more blended. I know that some people like to really cut that. I don't like that. I just don't think it looks natural. But you do you. I'm just going to set all of that bronzer. So for the nose contour, to set the nose contour, I'm going to go in with this fluffy crease brush that we used. And I'm just going to slightly set that. Just like that. My lighting is changing because of I'm in front of a window, so I do apologize for that. So for blush, I think I went in with the Jaclyn Hill and Becca palette. And I believe I took this shade right here. That's a little too pink for me right now because I put it on and I was like, whoa, that's pink. So I think I'm just going to go in with an oldie. Well, not an oldie, it's not old, but it is my favorite at the moment. And it's the Burt's Bees blush in Toasted Cinnamon. This is just a neutral blush. I'm taking the Wet n Wild. This is an angled brush. And I'm going to take that. And I'm just going to apply it ever so slightly, kind of tapping it in. Kind of feathering it in like this, so slightly. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. Sometimes I do the blush after I do the highlight. Today I didn't, but that's okay. For highlight, I did use the Estee Lauder in Heat Wave. This is honestly my favorite highlight at the moment. This and my Physicians Formula bronzer. This is in Champagne. This is like, for drugstore, I suggest you grab this. This is amazing pigment formula. It's just beautiful. But I did use this one. I did that makeup look. And I'm just using a fan brush. This is from Japanesque. You can get Japanesque at Walmart. Or if you're lucky and you go find it at Marshall's, they do sell some of their products there, and they're actually much cheaper. So if I were you guys, I would go to Marshall's and find these brushes. They're really good. Quality wise, they're amazing. They are expensive, so as I'm saying, go to Marshall's and see if you can find them. They're really, really good. So I'm going back in to the Fenty bronzer, and I'm going to use that underneath my lash line just to bring the look together. And I'm just using a BH brush. This is the Rose Gold collection brush. It comes in a kit. So you just do a little bit just to, you know, make the look good. Make the look cohesive. The powder that I used for my under eye was from the Lorac Pro. This is a super old palette that I've had, and I stopped using it because I buy new makeup and then I stopped using my old ones. But this is I used the yellow shade right here. I hit pan on these two. It's like, they're that good. And I'm going to take a brush like this. This is from Sonia Kashuk, and I would normally use my yellow powder from the KKW, but it shattered, and they're also a pain to open up. So if it's shattered and I try to open it up, it's gonna go everywhere. So I do have to order a new one of those. I'm gonna make sure that everything is blended, there's no creasing, and then I'm going to go in and apply that right into that area. A little bit over here. And that's honestly it. I'm not going to set too much because I don't like so much powder. Even though I just said that, I am going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury powder because this, oh my god, guys, this makes you look flawless. And I'm slightly just dabbing it onto my skin. Just slightly. This powder really makes you look flawless. Like, really, really good. So to finish up the eyes, I'm going to take the powder from the Dose of Colors, and I'm going to put it right in the inner tear duct. Just like that. Just like that. So now I can actually finish off my eyebrows, and I'm just going to take the Essence Brow, Make Me Brow, and I'm just going to basically set them. And then I like to feather them up so they can look a little bit more fluffy, more full. I really love this brow gel because it looks like it gives the fibers, make you look like you have more hair than you do. So that's why I do love that one. So for my lips, I used my favorite lip pencil. This is the Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner, and this one is in Bear to Comment. And I'm just going to line my lips. I only overline a little bit on the bottom, and then, how am I doing this without a mirror? And then I am going to connect, obviously, right here. I'm not going to overline on the outer parts, but I do overline right in the top right in the middle, just slightly. Just like that. And the lip color that I used as well is from Wet n Wild, the Perfect Pout lipsticks. This one's in the shade Bare Your Soul. And I'm just going to apply it to my lips. Just like that. So now to set my face, I did use this spray. This is the Essence Prime Studio, the HD Hydra Primer Spray. I know it's a primer spray, but I like to use it because it's hydrating. And I'm just going to apply that because it helps with the powders to sink in, to not look too powdery. And then the last spray that I used was the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Mist. This is a mini size. I wanted to try it out. That's why I grabbed the little one. And I love dewy finishes, so that's why I'm using 2 hydrating luminous sprays. If obviously you're more oily, you would use a more matte setting spray. So yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.